a coward. Who are you? And when it dropping off all that drip for free, you know you got power. And when they tryna throw the whole bag at me, oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. I got power. I said, put in the hour.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. The New York Knicks coming to this one following a loss, guys, to Phoenix. They had a chance there right up to the end. They only lost by 3.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it, so you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
Good. Well, certainly some names on the floor, Greg, that we've seen in the NBA for many years. That in consideration, what kind of game can we expect with the grizzled group on the floor?
And Kevin, these types of games tend to be kind of methodical. Vets aren't afraid to give the ball up for a better look, and we should see a clean game here tonight.
We're always hearing the debate, who is the greatest of all time? Well, Clark, do you think passing Kareem's all-time scoring mark finally puts LeBron out in front?
Kevin, that in and of itself puts LeBron in rarefied air, no doubt. But when you're talking about the greatest player of all time, we all have our opinion. It's just so hard, I think, to effectively debate players across different eras. I just say there have been a ton of great players throughout the history of the game, and LeBron is certainly at the top of the list, no matter when he played.
Here's Barrett. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Now, Brunson, after D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go.
And they've come out on fire, perfect from the field.
Can they get it? Here's Davis. Excellent D that time from Robinson.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Here's Brunson, following the basket by LeBron James. Fournier in the corner. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions. Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Greg, you spent your first 4 seasons playing in New York. What's that like?
When the Knicks are winning, Kevin, there is no place you'd rather be. The fans are incredibly smart, loyal, and they'll treat you like a king. But no doubt that media pressure is for real.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
It really doesn't matter what position LeBron is playing. The point, the 4 or the 5, James changes games with his passing ability.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And here's Russell following Julius Randle's 3. Russell, no luck. The Knicks leading by 14. .114 left to play here in the first. The shot's good from Brunson.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
Now Brunson, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now, here's Reddish. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And just miss after miss right now.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident. This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Basket counts.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And here's Barrett. 9 points last game. Fournier gets a wide open look. And again, New York with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Brunson, and he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's New York riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. Their defensive mindset clearly focused on clamping down on LeBron James, and their game plan is working. And we'll be back with you shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New York.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far, they are hitting at a high clip.
And, you know, another thing that's been working for them tonight, scoring off turnovers, points off miscues. They've been converting any mistakes at the other end.
To the inside, Wood. And finished off by Wood.
Boy, Wood is an absolute load coming down the lane. It's really hard to stop him coming out of the pick and roll.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Brunson, no good. Part last season, the Lakers making major trades, shaking up the roster, reforming their team.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, they had 4 players left from opening night. That was it. 3 major trades bringing in new talent, and that makes it difficult to find cohesion. So give L.A. a lot of credit for making that playoff run.
Here's Brunson after the made shot from Christian Wood. The 3 for DiVincenzo. The rebound by the Lakers. This their first look at this year's New York squad. James wide open. No good on the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Brunson with a clean look. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Brunson's got 22.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc. And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Attention fans, now on the court, feature a hype squad. Get loud and let them hear it. Once again, here are the Laker girls dance team.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. New York City remains a basketball mecca. NYC legend and former Knick Mark Jackson always talks up the basketball environment. He says, coming up in New York, it's all about the grit, the grind, the edge, the competitiveness, the swag, the confidence, the struggle, and the embracing of the bright lights. Kevin?
Well, it's all there, and it is the biggest stage for sure. David, thanks.
Boy, that effort is absolutely fantastic here. I mean, Hart staying active, being persistent, tracking down the rebound, and making sure they get something out of that extra possession.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Shooting for New York.
We know they like having Brunson out there, Greg, a player they can run the entire offense through.
No doubt. And he can be trusted on to take the keys and just run things effectively. He keeps mistakes to a minimum, and he's a solid creator for his teammates.
And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got his second basket.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman, Fournier, solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
Pass to Barrett. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 8.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
Here's Hart. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Shot clock at 6. Drains it from beyond the arc. Hart's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, he does a little bit of everything. But when Hart is draining the three-pointer, that's when he's most dangerous.
Reeves. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
When you look at this Knicks roster, Greg, this is a team that feels it can make a deep playoff push.
And they have their stars. They have tons of young talent. Developing that talent and adding a piece or two should get them where they want to go.
And you know, Greg, they call him IQ. Instant offense is Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah, and he puts points on the board quickly. No pun intended. A volume three-point shooter and has a deadly little floater in the lane.
And Quickly drops them both. We know Greg, LA's challenge recently has been finding the right supporting cast for their stars.
And they're looking for that perfect fit. And sometimes that's all it takes. You know, it's finding those perfect 1 or 2 other guys to get you there.
Now, here's Reddish. 5 points in the game. The shot, no good. Now, here's Quickly. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. The drive by Russell. He can't get that one. Smooth sailing for New York. Here's Barrett going inside. Great D that time from Davis. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Lakers. A shot by Reddish, no good. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. Barrett with the ball. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. And Barrett slams it in.
Putting that speed to great use. Once Barrett gets a step on the D, good night.
Here's Reddish. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's New York, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be right back after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And with the big collisions we see in the paint, and Greg, there are some have argued for changing the charge rule. Did you see that?
You know, there's talk of extending the restricted area. I've even heard some say ban charges by help defenders. I like the former idea. It seems less extreme.
And here's Brunson after D'Angelo Russell hitting the three. To the middle. And the dunk by Robinson.
Oh, what a find. The ball just comes out of Brunson's hands on time.
To the paint. And it's Davis missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
In court for years, the Lakers have been the premier destination for free agents. Think that's still the case now?
I do. I mean, it's still Los Angeles. The history of the Lakers is one of the premier franchises in the league, along with the Celtics. So I think cap room is the driver, though. That's always the great equalizer in this day and age. And I think that helps keep some of the small market teams in the game as well.
Here's Davis. Some solid defense from Robinson.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Out to the right wing. Here's Brunson into the lane.
Capable of guarding any position. LeBron is also skilled at just contesting shots. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Prince. And that time, also a missed shot.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room. Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been...
Work hard, play harder.
I do a jazz, yeah, 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 so I got that, shit that I got.